speak of the day that you had?
Yeah, he had a great day. I mean, he hit 4 balls really well. It's good to see. I mean, it's just good to see ball, hard ground ball in the hole, 3 balls. 1 ball just kind of jammed, but solid base hit to right, and then 2 hard hit balls to right field. So it was coming, and good time to get it.
You talked pregame about Boyd and just what he can bring to this rotation when he's going. See what he did today and the impact he has given.
I think this is where we've kind of seen Matt going, and I thought he did a great job, especially early in the game, just getting ahead of hitters. Really, that's when he's at his best. It feels like it's 0-2 to a lot of hitters, and I thought his changeup was really good today. And then it's the no walks again. He walked 1 guy. It was a guy he's a little pitched around probably a little bit situation, but limiting the free passes is always a big part of, I think, what Matt's good at, and he did it well today.
Did you see that double play in the ninth? This defense is always, the way Pete can.
Yeah, I mean, I think they made a mistake. I wouldn't credit our defense too much there, but we did get the ball to the right bases and made good throws eventually. And look, it was a big play. I mean, that's it's the tying runs at the plate. So it was a big play.
You get 6 innings out of a pitcher like you got from Matt the last 3 times. How does that change the dynamic for you managing a game?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we're going to need here moving forward. Really, basically have 20 games in 21 days here, so we've got a lot of baseball ahead of us, and that means everybody's going to have to contribute. And a day like that, a day like when you get your starter into the 6th, I think it's it's going to help you the next day. It's going to help you in 2 days. There's a carryover effect to who you're having to get up and how many relievers you're having to use.
You've mentioned how much you like home runs, but 6 through 9, when those guys get activated like that, and
yeah.
Pete goes over 5, you're still okay.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I think we talked a lot. This is hopefully the strength of our offense is that we can score throughout the lineup and we can produce offense kind of every inning, because there's our Dansby, who hits 9th, has I think almost 60 RBIs, and that's a sign, I think, that we can do that, and we need to be able to do that, because it can't be Pete every day, and it can't be Say every day. So getting production from all parts of the lineup is really important for this team.
With Boyd having missed as much time as he did in the first half, is that maybe a silver lining, though, that he might be stronger now and might have a few more bullets in the arm than he would if he had?
I mean, I hope so. I don't know for sure, but I think most guys would tell you he's going to. I don't know what the inning number he'll get to, but it's not going to be the big number last year. And I think hopefully we can if he can pitch into October, it's really going to help him.
I think reached that milestone as a player yourself. What can you say about special this day at the 10-year mark like Matt did today?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of guys kind of get into that mark this year and really like this month. And it's cool. I mean, it's kind of the gold standard to try to get to for a major league player. It's not easy. There's like over 20,000 big league players, I think, and the number is, I think it's between 1,000 and 2,000 that have got the 10 years. So it's a special club, so to speak, that you join, and it means that you made it in terms of like you had a real major league career. And I think guys. We do a little thing in there for the guys, and it always means a lot, and it's an important day for these guys when they get there.
Feels good. Everything just moving in the right direction, endurance, respond, how you feeling through the outing and afterward and everything, and yeah, all that's feeling good. Today was just kind of our brand of baseball. We played, really good defense. Guys made some amazing plays behind me. Mickey called a great game. Bullpen came in, just did what they have been doing, their nails, and offense put together great ABs at the plate, and it was a fun win.
Can you describe the evolution of your slider and just how you're using that and how effective it can be?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pitch in, earlier in my career was very effective. And it's one of those things where I think just I haven't really had the changeup and the slider at points in my career. It's been more changeup dominant, and maybe the slider wasn't there. At other times it's been like, had the slider and didn't have the, vice versa. So it's nice to have, this version of it right now. It's something we've been working on for a while. We've known what we've wanted to get to with it. We wanted to last year. It was kind of just pulling the right levers and getting there, and we're in a good spot with it right now. So it's fun.
The pitch the 10-year mark. What does it mean to you?
Oh man, I'm grateful. It's one of those things where you always believe in your heart it's going to happen, but there were plenty of points where, including second start in the big leagues, where this would have had been something that it wasn't even right to think about. You never thought it would be possible, but God is good. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for the people that have believed in me along the way. From the Jays giving me a shot, and the Tigers trading for me and giving me all that opportunity, to Mariners and the Giants and Guardians and the Cubbies, believe in me now, and all the coaches and teammates along the way. It's not something you can do on your own. And my wife has been amazing through it all. So it's a fun thing.
What does it mean to you to last 3 95, right around there, last 3 6 innings plus, getting back to that Boyd quality from last year? Are you sensing that? Are you feeling that?
I mean, yeah, I just think when you go out there, you take the ball. My goal is just to attack one pitch at a time. Regardless of what happens, regardless of the situation, it's whether the situation is guys on base or maybe not favorable outcomes in the previous at bats. Like it's just understanding what I have to do on this pitch, and whether that's 5 innings, 6 innings, 7, 8, or 9, it's you just go until Craig tells you, right? So I feel like that the process has been awesome in that, and a symptom of it is kind of what you're saying. So it's always fun to go deeper in the game and give your team a chance to win in that sense.
Matt, you notice how the 16 team is treated around here. Can you envision 2036 coming back here and getting that treatment?
You have to envision it, and because if you don't envision it, no one else will. And we know what we're capable of. We know what we can do. It's awesome as a reminder to see those guys. I mean, I remember playing against them, and they were a very good ball club. They weren't fun to watch, or they weren't fun to play against. They were fun to watch as a baseball fan. But so it's awesome that we're honoring them. And to your point, to your question, like, yeah, it'd be really fun. And we know what we're capable of, and we still believe collectively our best baseball is ahead of us.
Do you seek out those guys when they're in town? You had Lester, Hendricks,
Yeah.
Arrieta here today.
If they're, definitely, when they're around, always will. I got to talk to John a few times over the last year, and I got to say hi to him and Woody, and it's just, it's a lot of those, it's fun to be around them. Those guys I've played against a lot in my career, and guys you look up to, like John Lester's a Washington guy that when I was in high school, he's the guy that you're looking at and going, that guy is doing what he does, at that time for the Red Sox, and that's who I want to be, a lefty from the same area that you are, and you point to, those are great things to aspire to, right? So whenever they're around, you pick their brains because wealth of knowledge.
You've missed some time, obviously, earlier in the season. You want to be hurt, but is it maybe a blessing in disguise now that maybe your arm is a little bit stronger, maybe a little fresher than it would have been if you had made every start in the first half?
Completely. It is. There is definitely like a silver lining to that. It's, you don't know what's tomorrow's going to throw at you, right? You just react. That's the only thing you can do is you control your reaction. So, not ideal to miss time. My job is to pitch. Not, it's not rehab, but like because of that, yeah, there's definitely, I'm fresher right now than I was at this point in the season last year, just because I haven't had the same mileage so far. So that is a blessing.
One other
More
thing.
on the 10-year. Craig mentioned that there's like this celebration or ceremony before the game. What was it like to have it for you, and what's it like to kind of experience that with the rest of the guys, especially since there's been other guys who have had recent 10-year mark this year?
Like me being on
Yeah,
10 years, you're saying? Or
yeah.
Oh, okay. It's cool. I mean, I remember being there for Verlander and various guys with the Tigers, and you're sitting there going, wow, that's an amazing accomplishment. And, you hope and you believe it will be you at some point, but it's one of those things that, like I said, there's plenty of points where you're like, I don't know if this will happen, but to get to share it with 5 guys in the same clubhouse is so unique and so special. I think it's another thing that, like, it's fun to share it with them, because we've all had different career paths to get to this point, and it's unique, and it's great in that.
I think any team in baseball can have a pitcher or pitching staff go out there and feel as confident as you guys do with the defense behind you.
And I think we got the best defense in baseball. So every time, like that last double play to finish, my outing there, I've seen that turn into a double and be second and third, 1 out, and instead you're walking off the field. They do special stuff all day long, and it's fun to play in front of, have them play behind you.
What can you share that you do for each other for the 10-year mark? Craig had referenced something. I don't know what you can
Oh
share
yeah, they got a nice bottle in there, and that's fun. That was fun from the boys, and I'm really grateful for that. And we had a get together right before the All-Star break too, celebrating all of us, and it was fun. It's just fun. It's fun to celebrate those moments, especially get to do it with all of us. It was collectively. It was wouldn't have it any other way.
Got the ball rolling today, so it's like everybody followed suit after you.
Yeah, I think no matter who kind of gets it started, I think there's plenty of guys who can kind of do their thing. I thought we just had great at bats tonight. I thought Miggy just coming up with a big 2-out single for 2 runs was kind of to separate us a little bit.
Did you watch the video of the replay to see where the ball landed?
I saw it. They kind of play it in between innings. I didn't know, and then Amaya actually told me, he was like, Rizzo caught your ball. I thought finally caught one. Last year dropped it, but that was pretty cool.
Is it kind of like symmetry, because you're a first baseman, here's a former first baseman, the celebration's kind of an interesting process.
Yeah, I thought that was super, just like mind-blowing. Who knows how things work out, but I thought that was pretty cool. Just the 2016 team, obviously what they did for this city and the championship that they brought was obviously a big deal, and then having them back was, you could just tell by the fans how much they were loved, and how much joy they brought to the city. And then obviously Rizzo was kind of a cornerstone for them. Been here a long time, and just to kind of be able to do that, especially with his son up there, was pretty cool. Definitely something that I won't forget. Just kind of like, especially he's been done playing. I think just picking his brain a little bit. Just trying to learn a little bit from him on what it took to kind of play over there at a high level.
Counsell talked about the feel good for him and the rest of the group is that 1 through 9, you guys can get it done no matter what, whether 1 or 2 guys aren't hot, someone else is going to step up because there's quality through that. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think just in my time and playing baseball and playing in this league, it's the more guys that you can have that go up there and put together quality at bats. Your offense just runs a little more efficiently day in and day out. There's going to be guys who kind of have good days and bad days, but the more guys that you have that just put together good at bat after good at bat, you're bound to put together runs. And I think we've been able to show that this year at times, and I think it showed up today.
What does it mean to this team if you guys get this version of Matthew Boyd every 5th day for the rest of the season?
I think you've been able to see it just over the last year and a half. Just how much he means on the mound. I think going out and doing his thing and putting up low runs almost every outing is huge. Just to watch him command and the confidence he has in each pitch and know what he needs to do to each hitter is a super high level. And I think, he's obviously been around for a while. Today was his 10 years, which is pretty special for him. But I think he's kind of only, he's pitching at a super high level, probably, one of the higher levels of his career.
You see Nico break out before.
Yeah, I think Nico is, it's a guy who you're not going to keep down for very long. I think it's just the hitter that he is. It's the bat to ball, the ability to hit all pitches in all areas of the zone for hits. I think there's not many guys who can do it better than him in this league, and I think it's just only a matter of time, especially the work that he puts in. It's only a matter of time before he gets going, and I think that's something to build off of for him. And I think he's going to be a big part of this second half run for us.
The double play in the ninth, I mean, from a fielder's perspective, I mean, it's pretty quirky, but it's pretty big at the same time. With the relay throws and everything, just from a experienced fielder's perspective, went right for you guys there. That was just pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think just the infielders. I think having a little bit of experience and knowing just when chaos happens, just kind of know where to go, what to do. We had guys at each base. I think a little thing that people might not think of is Pete's in center field, and anytime a ball goes up, you got hesitancy, you got aggressiveness, you got he's putting off the bat. I was like, that ball's in the gap, and then you obviously know who's in center field, and it makes him make a little bit of a hesitant read, and I think that's kind of what caused that chaos, is just him being able to close down on that ball and almost make a play on it, which was big. Got 2 outs in a big spot for us.
The tarp play was pretty good
Yeah.
for you. I mean, the other equal to Rizzo is, there's that famous picture of him climbing on top of it and making a catch. So maybe you deal with Reynolds, or, that would be nice. For me, right?
That ball went up, and I thought about going on top of it. Thought I'd leave that for Rizzo. And I think it's illegal now to go on top of the tarp, so I thought I'd get the out. But, yeah, definitely seeing that play and getting on top of the tarp, I feel like at times I kind of want to get up there and, kind of try it. Not today, though.
Last one. Over the past couple of weeks, is that just a matter of sticking to the process of the plate, or is there more kind of clicking for you right now?
Yeah, sticking to the process and making minor adjustments here and there for me. I think, and then just pitch selection, just getting that pitch that gives me the ability to do some slug on, and just trusting my work and kind of just going out there and letting it play out how it plays out.
The impact that you can have on the fan base as a player here, and obviously those guys did the ultimate thing here, but just the friendships they have between them and the love that the fans have for them, really cool to see, and just another reminder of how lucky we are to play here. Yeah, feels good. Hit the ball hard. Nice to hit, line drives, swing at good pitches, and in the middle of some run scoring, it was good.
Kind of like a precursor is what you expect to happen from now on, too.
For me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna attack the game and prepare hard and compete. And I think our team's in a really great place. And I know I am. I'm lucky to be healthy and to be confident. And I'm excited for everything the rest of the year has in store.
Offensively, how have you felt this season? Just I remember when I asked you last year about runs, just what you're thinking about and how you're approaching the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't produced. I haven't helped us score runs. I know that I can, and I know that I will, but doesn't make those things sting less when there's long stretches of not helping our offense. I think I know myself well, but there's still always, new challenges in our sport, and, you'll never have the answers, but I do feel like all of those times that are hard and don't go well are a part of, figuring out and reaffirming the things that do work for you, and, lucky to have great teammates and great coaches and people in my life around me, and I'm excited for what the rest of the year has in store.
Nico, with all the metrics, does it get confusing for a player sometimes where they tell you so many things, give you so much information? Sometimes it's like a good player like yourself, your teammates, you see the ball and hit it hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think any data or feedback, if it doesn't make you confident and ready to see the ball and hit the ball hard, it's probably not worth too much. But at the same time, you also have to be aware of, things that you've done when you're at your best, and things if and when things do change. And I think that's one of the hardest parts of being a hitting coach, is not just finding the right information, but knowing when players are receptive. And we're lucky to have a coaching staff that I don't think crowds with too much information. I think they're pretty steady and they really trust us. But yeah, always an interesting back and forth.
The double play.
Yeah, chaos. Yeah, it was a good catch. Honestly, this kind of sounds silly, but there was a lot of throws involved, and Pete makes an accurate cut to me, and I actually gave Miggy a bit of a tough throw, but he did a great job corralling that and making an accurate throw, and then Breggy across the infield, and not a play you ever practice or work on, but a bunch of good athletes and defenders making it work.
Michael even brought up the point that even if Pete doesn't make the catch, he creates chaos in their mind because he could have, and therefore, ball were confused.
Yeah, no one else gets even close to that ball. I mean, that was ridiculous that he was even near it, and he'll probably tell you he should have caught it, and maybe he could have, but yeah, he had a chance for it and popped up and made an accurate throw and set the rest of it up.